On this week's upgrade,
What makes a great product? Is an enthusiastic inventor enough, or does it take more? Plus, we delve into the difference between the grim and the great, and review some of your top product suggestions. It's all on this week's upgrade from MAGFAST.
oh my goodness, you're here already. So sorry about that. I was just doing some work on September the 10th. I'm going to put it out because here's the thing. I'm going to put it down because if I leave it on the table, you're just going to be distracted the whole way through this session, wondering what is it they're going to do on September the 10th. So I'm just going to put this out of the way down here. Hello, Kate. Welcome.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
All right, I'm terrific. We already reminded everybody about September the 10th. There's also, we're doing the keyword, the secret keyword this week. Of course we are. When is that?
Yes, that's near the end, so you have to watch all the way through.
We'll do that all the way through, but stand by for that. 3 more chances to win. You should be up to a total of 12 for the month, and can't wait. I hope that you're the winner of the $1,000 prize. This week, we're going to do something a little bit different. I hope it's fascinating for you. We get emails all the time with people saying, why don't you just? Why don't you, or why don't you just? Why don't you make this? Why don't you make that? And I thought it would be interesting, fascinating even to go through, like, how is it that we think about whether or not we should be doing something? And I asked Kate to just to go through the Zendesk. You remember we mentioned Zendesk the other week, and pull out just 1 or 2 of the suggestions that people have been sending in, just to sort of set the scene. And then I've got a couple of slides down here that I'll take you through that just give you an idea about, like, how do we say yes, which we don't do very much, and how do we get to saying no? Do you have them? Do you have those there, Kitty?
Yes, I'll just read off a couple of the ones that I've gathered. So, in some of these, we actually get a lot. So there's ones about why don't you create black chargers? Why don't you have wall be horizontal? Why aren't your products solar powered? Let's see. Oh, also people, occasionally people would like us to have a product that could charge a Tesla. And then products that could charge power tools, portable radios, camping gear, etc.
So that you can hear there's enough in that list that if we just jumped on all of that, we'd go from currently 6 products that we're working on to sort of 36 in no time at all. So there's a very important point of focus, right? We want to be doing a small number of things really well. So I pulled a couple of slides. I made a couple of slides for this. 1 or 2 of them we had already. So 1 or 2 you might even recognize. So let's just jump in quickly behind the business. If you've been following us for a while, you'll know that one of the things that I talk about is brand. And in most markets, there are recognizable brands. You know, in airlines, there's United and JetBlue and Delta and American Southwest, that kind of thing. In footwear, Reebok and Nike. And by the way, the charger market is about as big as the athletic shoe market. All right. And interestingly, it doesn't really have any great brands. Most people can't name a charger brand, but everybody can name 1 or more athletic footwear brands, and in kind of, in laptops, of course, there's the big players there as well. No great brands within charging. So we thought, given that everybody charges every day, they've got these expensive devices, we think that there's a really super opportunity. But there's only a great opportunity if we can do something truly exceptional. So this is kind of what the market looks like. Today, you've got big players in the kind of mid-range of the market. You've got some guys up at the premium end of the market doing, nicer, more expensive stuff. And then there are loads and 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 loads of people making kind of cheap, no-name stuff. And the truth is that far too many of the chargers around today are just kind of junk. All that's, almost to an item. The stuff down the left-hand side of the screen there is junk. And too many of the things we think in the middle and on the right-hand side haven't received enough attention. The other thing that we noticed is that if you can devise a system where everything works great together, it's a huge, huge benefit to customers. Here's Apple, of course, All of the stuff works really well together. You're either in the Apple ecosystem or you're not in the Apple ecosystem. Outside of it, there are lots of tools for stringing everything together, but Apple kind of across the whole of tech is really does the best job of having everything work seamlessly together. Lego's done it for quite a long time. You buy any Lego product and you're enhancing your existing Lego collection. And I think Kate just mentioned just now kind of power tools. Why don't we power tools? Well, if you look, most of the major brands have already got this system where the same battery operates for each of the different power tools. It's called a system strategy. So if you take the layout of the charging market the way that it is today, with the low end and the premium, we think it doesn't look like that. We think that it should look like this. We think that there should be both standalone products and system products that all work together. And because no one's doing that, we think that that's a great opportunity for us to serve the market and do something that no one else is doing and do it really brilliantly. So the first question we ask when we look at any suggestion about any kind of new product is, does it fit right up there in the top right? In other words, is it premium? Is it exceptional and special? And can it be part of the system? All right. The next question we ask is, can MAGFAST do it way better than anybody else? Are there ideas and inventions and concepts and the existing MAGFAST system, which is much more than just the magnetic connection, as important as that is, but its fingerprint, the security system, the lost and found system that's built in, for which we have another great enhancement coming in the next few months. I'm really excited to let you know about that once it's ready. Fingerprint is going to be something it's kind of truly awesome. The LED-licious, all of these benefits to you that are kind of baked in across the system. Does it make sense for a new product to have those? And does it make everything better? Can the individual product idea, can it be best in class? Right? Our aim is always that each of the products, regardless of all of the MAGFAST family benefits, the system benefits, can stand by itself, head and shoulders next to the other ones that are around. You've often seen me hold up this little model, which is just one of our very early prototypes. The magnets aren't strong enough on it. There's still a lot to do. The pad isn't on this particular model. But this shape is just so beautiful, and you get to use it in three ways, right? You get to put it on top of MAGFAST wall. You get to put it on the stand with either an old or a new cable in the back. Right? Remember, we don't want to be shipping more cables and junking up your house. This will take either your older micros or your new USB-Cs. And then you can also snap one of our MAGFAST chargers, boom, right onto the back like that. So we think that we can do stuff that no one else is doing with one of these wireless charging stands. First of all, we think we've got an industrial design, as it's called, a shape. It's just way prettier than so many of them that are out there. Have a design patent pending in progress on that at the moment. And then because of the MAGFAST system, we think that we can deliver a whole lot more than just the charging on your desk that other people deliver. So that's a very good example of it. The truth is, if each product is itself kind of best in its class, then we don't get to play, as they say in business, just in the upper right-hand corner, but in the whole of the right-hand side, because we can deliver products that are part of a system, but they're also competing with everybody else on the individual product level. So that MAGFAST section spreads out the whole way down the right-hand side. The other thing that I think is really important is we asked at the very beginning, we asked you to sort of trust us with becoming a part of something. And whether or not you want every product we produce, I think it's really important that every product we produce, you feel great about being part of what we're doing. So an example of that would be MAGFAST Time for Apple Watch. Not everybody has an Apple Watch, but it's a great example of how we can extend the system beyond the basic chargers into more specialized areas that then make the whole system, the whole ecosystem, more powerful and serves you, I think, even better. Other questions we ask: is this a real problem solver? Like, is this something that lots of people? Is this a problem that lots of people have that needs to be solved? As I said earlier, can we do it better than the competition? And will this serve a lot of people? Because MAGFAST from the outset was designed to be a sort of premium brand for everyone. To the greatest degree possible. We can't make super cheap stuff because that's not baked into our. That's not baked. The things we're doing can't be done for cheap. But we do always want it to be exceptional value. But we have to be operating at some sort of a scale in order to achieve that. And is it thoroughly thought through? I'm dismayed all the time when I buy some new product, I'm using it for a little while, and then it becomes obvious that the people who made it really didn't spend enough time thinking about it. And in the past, in the weekly updates, you've had me unbox some product I was all excited to receive and just show you how it's kind of immediately disappointing. And we do not want that to be kind of any part of what we're doing. Is it going to be great value? I kind of spoke to this a second ago, didn't I? But is it going to be exceptional value? That doesn't mean cheap, but it means for the money, are you getting something that's way better than the same dollars spent elsewhere? And I've often shown how, yeah, sure, if you only look at the price tag, this doesn't look particularly cheap. When you consider everything that's in there, if you were to get the same benefits, you'd be assembling and paying for 4 or 5 other products. They'd be junking up your desk like this, and therefore, by bringing everything together into one neat package, we think we can offer really exceptional value. Is it highly desirable? Is it highly functional? And is it delightful? Our goal for every MAGFAST owner is that every time they use one of our products, it is delightful. You know you've got some products around your house that are like this, and you know that most products are not delightful. So delightful is the sort of stretch. It's the ultimate standard. And so as a result of that, we wind up saying no to a lot of the ideas. A lot of the things, Kate, that you suggested just now are ones where they don't meet. Some of them don't meet any of the criteria that I've just been through, and few, if any of them, meet all of them. And I'll just pick one example in there. You mentioned solar. Let's just talk about solar for a second, because it sounds like you're a charging company. There's solar power. What are you guys doing? Why aren't you doing solar power? Here's the reason. It's very inefficient at the moment. These little panels like this take a long time to charge anything. To charge anything, they need to be pointed at really angled correctly at really good bright sun. If you've ever looked into, as I have, we haven't done it yet, but looked into getting solar power for your residence, it's all about the angle of the sun and how many cloudy days do you have in a year, and this, that, and the other. It's tough to do. So these little panels, in the same sort of size as we make things at the moment, would take forever to charge anything. So when these panels become way more efficient and they can be maybe built into the surface of the products, we would consider it. But right now, if we were to do that, it would solar charge. It would just take, you'd have to leave the thing out of doors for weeks to do it. And a fun fact, a crummy solar charging panel was actually part of the genesis of me getting into the charging business. Amy, my beloved wife, my darling. I think there's movement behind me. Did you hear that noise?
Yes, I did.
And there is the evidence. That is Razzie, the company cat, interrupting our recording session. Her name is Razzie, and this is a fun gag for techies among you. Razzie is short for Raspberry Pi. Her name is Raspberry Pi, and the short name is Razzie. Raspberry Pi is the name of those. Stop it! Those really fun little cheap computers you can get called Raspberry Pi. And Pi, we're really getting way off track here. Pi is an affectionate family name, so I'm sometimes called Daddy Pi. Amy's sometimes Mummy Pi. Hudson Pi, our daughter. All right, and enough said on all of that. Does that give you some idea, though, Kate? I mean, you've been here for a while, so you've got a feeling for it. But you see, all of the so we only ever consider a product if we can do something, that's really that really serves our existing family better and can make a significant difference. And it's been so hard getting the initial products done that I love working on the new products. Haven't spent very much time on it, but now as we're finally moving into kind of production on the existing products, I'm really excited to turn my attention back to some of the ideas that I've been percolating for years in some cases, and when the time is right, I look forward to showing them to you. All right. That was it. Sorry, we ran a little bit long there, but I hope that was instructive and interesting for you. Folks are waiting to hear the secret keyword. Kate, what is it this week?
Oh no, I don't know it. Hold on. Sorry. Oh my god. Oh. Okay.
Razzie, what is the secret keyword this week, please?
Family.
It's family. Thank you, Razzie. Kate, get a grip. The secret keyword is family. Go to click on the link, the banner we've got the link or banner we've got straight under this, depending on where you're watching. Go on over there. Do the other things. There's other ways that you can get chances to win the $1,000 prize of electronics and beautiful MAGFAST chargers. And you're going to get just for entering the keyword, which is Razzie.
Family.
Thank you, Kate. You get an extra 3 chances to win. That wraps it up for this week. Thank you, Kate. And thank you for being a part of this. You're amazing, and you really are helping us to change charging for good.